Well, 2 straight wins for the Timberwolves as they return to their home floor tonight to host Indiana, but both those games were of the cardiac alert variety.
For his teammates right now.
6 total points for Shabazz on the season. He only played about 8 minutes the other night. Shabazz unable to connect. They put 140 on the board in their season opener against Brooklyn.
And you see right there, that finish at the rim is what I'm talking about with defensive transition.
Taj Gibson with the answer. Sabonis to feed for Thad Young, the former Timberwolf. Bogdanovich.
Any game. They just got some right there on that possession.
Towns attacking Sabonis.
I think Indiana did pretty well. Sabonis is a nice player.
Well, and talking to the
Victor
people from
Oladipo
Indiana,
is nice too.
The Indiana chance points. They're also 4th in the league in fast break points. Teague for Shabazz. Look at the native, so it's always a big deal for him when he faces the Pacers. Nice ball move
by Oladipo to Sabonis. That's 2-man pick and roll game, you know, with a corner empty to perfection.
Oh, what about that spin?
Tremendous, gifted, creative passer. What a block by Thad Young.
Collison races down the floor.
3-pointer would have ended most games, most nights, but not that night.
Melo was thinking it was going to be his 9th. You know, sometimes I speculate more about what might have happened if I had stayed in Boston with Paul Pierce.
It made Doc Rivers into a pretty good coach, you know?
They all benefited.
Oladipo again.
That was a tough shot. Collison into the corner. Bogdanovich.
That's some knock.
As good as the Pacers are shooting it, the Timberwolves are shooting it that poorly. Indiana, they're shooting them, and Bielitsa in for the Wolves, trying to change things up as the starting unit has not clicked here in the early going.
It's what you see when you watch him on video. It's big time. Nice drive to the basket that time.
Has a ring from his time in San Antonio. Jamal Crawford.
Been getting back in front of Victor Oladipo.
Joseph dumps it back for Leaf.
Still doing his thing. Commanding a double team in the low post. Minnesota rotates out of it beautifully.
And Joseph drills the bench. They've played pretty much even with the Timberwolves, with the Pacers, but the problem is they got out of this hole.
No, so you got to be able to dribble and shoot.
Gorgie Chang drills it. Crawford. Wolves get the offensive board though. Bielitsa deep 3. Yes, sir.
Bench for a lot of that.
It's been a big part of it as well. Stevenson goes behind the back. Shot clock down to 3.
Leaf is a nice player. Put it on the deck too. So, I mean, that's what post players have to do in this league now. If you're going to be 6'10" to 7 feet, you've got to be able to look at that little finish.
Crawford feeds Towns and 1. Though, so shot clock is down to 5. Great anticipation by Crawford. He's got Shabazz with him, feeds him, alley-oop, slam dunk.
Cover for Tyus Jones. Trying to contend with Victor Oladipo's strength and speed. Or it's easier for the post defender.
A 5-0 run. Towns, by the way, that foul a minute ago was his 2nd, so Flashes really didn't fit last year that well in Oklahoma City. Was plagued by a few injuries there, but has fitted well in Indiana. Jamal Crawford. Oladipo gives it back for Joseph.
The shot pocket.
Crawford tries to answer, can't get it to go. Tough rebound by Towns. Took some contact, no whistle. Oladipo quickly the other way, denied. Here come the Wolves. Teague, he's got Sabonis to beat. Little Euro step for the floater, no. Gibson, yes.
Against Utah, where they kind of miscommunicated. Carl City got lost in the lights, but you can sometimes do that.
Towns fouled, rolls it in. Indiana back on top. Towns. Thad Young.
Are you kidding me?
Well, using the left hand effectively there. 4th lead change of the game. Jamal Crawford. 27 per game for the Wolves in this young season, 28th in the league in terms of bench production. Bogdanovic, the World Series going on, the Wild are playing, so if you're turning this on and saying, why is Shabazz Muhammad on the floor with the starters to begin this second?
Depot ran it beautifully, curling over the top, going to the baseline. He can come out either side. He came out and knocked down that jump shot.
Towns. Andrew was the one who picked it up. That was number 2 on Oladipo, and there's 2 points.
And that was, he got his elbow up by the rim on that throwdown. This is the problem when you get Taj and Shabazz.
Over the shoulder pass by Towns.
It was a great pass. Not having Miles Turner is a huge loss for them.
Millen saying before the game tonight that he thinks he's progressing, but he is still in that concussion protocol. Easy to say. And
too much of a shift for her. Sil goes back every year. Sil's had a lot of success, made a lot of money over there in China as Oladipo is.
Bogdanovic has Collison with him. And
technical foul on the Bogdanovic layup where he got fouled and there was no call.
That could have had a little bit of influence.
I mean, just psychologically a little bit. Sabonis, he shot the ball well.
Shabazz underneath, looked like he drew some contact, no whistle. Pacers again off and running. Bogdanovic in transition. Shabazz off the glass for 3. Not sure if Joseph got a hand on that or not. Joseph runs out after defending the 3-point.
Great job by Shabazz to get in there, but they couldn't corral the loose ball.
Can't get home. Collison pulls up for 3. I'm excited to see that arena, though. It'd be strange not going to the Palace of Auburn Hills. Bielitsa.
Come on, Belly. This is what you're always afraid of. And it's one of the things when you lose a Jimmy Butler, who is so important to the chemistry of your team. Wow, what a split by Collison. That was tremendous split. Then they attack your outside shoulder and they get around you. Just great execution by Darren Collison.
Run at the Pacers in this game. They did trail by 16 in the first half. Came all the way back to be able to take the lead. Led by as many all Indiana since. Out of this Timberwolves squad that entered this game on such a high after the big win against Oklahoma City. Crawford. Crawford, nice feed inside for Bielitsa. Crawford, another 3. He can heat up in a
974 with 7:44 to go in the third quarter. They were up 5. 40 to 18 since to make it 42.
Clearly, on paper, the more talented team.
What do I always say about you'll know when you've turned the corner when what happens?
You win your home games.
Win your home.
The NBA last year spent most of his time in the G League. 45 games with Maine. He was a G League All-Star. Joseph out of the corner.
Those Indy guards, they really work on
Indiana on New Year's Eve and then back to Target Center to take on the Lakers on New Year's Day. I'd much rather be trick-or-treating with my son.
Yeah, I heard that.
But if I had to, Young, Anik Bogu.
There you go.
Took me. I had a